Hello, church family. Welcome and thanks again for taking the time to watch my weekly vlog as we talk about the reopening of Gracepoint Church. And today I want to focus on something that's really been on my heart this last week in particular. I'd say it keeps me up at night, not necessarily in the good sense. Sometimes I stay up at night thinking, oh, okay, these are the opportunities that God is sending us, or this is a future that we could co-create together with God. But this is more something that burdens me, and that's around next generation ministry. What does the discipling of kids and families look like in these pandemic days? Because it is so uncertain. Right? And we've been sending you the videos, and Annika's been doing an awesome job with that. In fact, I told her today, if I believed in reincarnation, which I don't, but if I did, I would kind of come back as the KU director in my next life, because she's having so much fun producing those videos. And those of you who are watching those, I know you've enjoyed them as well. And but I wonder for us long term, what does it look like? And not only for our church, but churches in generally, how do we disciple kids into the future, in the absence of gathering like we've done for KU in the past, and so I've been doing something I've never done before. I'm listening to kids ministry podcasts and trying to learn from others who are trying to grapple and figure this stuff out. And so my burden has been, how do kids work out their salvation? How do families do that? And how can we as a church come alongside you in this? Because we certainly want to do that. And parents, I just remind you that you are the primary disciple makers of your kids. Or those of you who are grandparents watching this, you can do these verses also from Deuteronomy 6, where it says, "These are the commands, decrees, laws the Lord your God directed me to teach you to observe in the land you are crossing the Jordan to possess, so that you, your children, and their children after them may fear the Lord your God as long as you live, by keeping all the decrees and commandments that I give you, and so you may enjoy long life. These commands that I give you today are to be upon your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates." Now, some of these things we obviously don't do in terms of fastening Bible verses onto the tassels because we tend not to wear cloaks nowadays. But the principles behind here in terms of parents, as you're about your regular life, you're driving to the grocery store, that you can talk about the things of God. And we want to come alongside you as a church to equip you as best as we can, because we're grappling with this stuff. Yesterday at staff meeting, we were talking about it. Today with a couple of the staff, I continue talking about it because we want to come alongside, in a sense, as a parent coming alongside you to fulfill these Deuteronomy 6 commandments. Often we think of in terms of information. I think, well, I got to get my kid information, or we got to teach children in KU information. And we certainly want to start with that. But we believe discipleship is kind of like a triangle, that there's the information, but then it's also got to move to the imitation. And sometimes as churches, we can be guilty, or as parents, in stopping in just the information. But it's got to be an imitatable model. And that, as Moses is writing here, that you impress them on your children, that it's something that's in your heart, and then it gets impressed upon your kids, that you're living this imitatable life, that they follow you as you follow Jesus Christ. And then it goes from information, imitation, then to innovation. And again, this is an uncertain future in this next normal, new normal time period we're living in, but together we can innovate, and together we can best figure out how to disciple this next generation. So thank you, those of you who've been giving us comments on this as we've reached out to you, and some of you others watching this. If you've got any input, we would love to have your input in this, because we want to help you as parents to establish habits and rhythms to disciple your kids well. And we believe in this next normal phase that Gracepoint can even lead the way in this. Like I said, I've been listening to other churches and seeing what they're doing. Some of the stuff I think is good. Some I have, to be honest, some concerns about, that if we just keep producing kind of videos long term, is that helping kids to work out their salvation best? Again, we're going to grapple with this, and we want to do what we can for you in that way. And we're committed as church leaders to hiring a full-time children's and family pastor when we can do that, to help us, to help our church to continue to reach and disciple this next generation. So Annika, our KU director, she's started working on a fall curriculum for us, and even, today we're wrestling with how are we going to deliver this? What are the vehicles we're going to use? We're not sure, but we know that we're going to do a church-wide campaign again, and she's going to work on something for preschool and for elementary-aged kids on that. And again, it'll be a resource for you as parents and something that can help you to disciple your kids as we move forward. We've got some good stuff happening in the summer. Now, Pastor Chris tells me I can't let you know yet all the details around that, so we'll keep it vague until that gets all figured out. But looking forward to it. And KU kids, I can tell you that we're going to do a KU parade on July 7th at 11 a.m. So that'll be happening here in the parking lot. And so you're going to hear some more details next week about that. And kids and families, you're going to receive your first box on that day. You say, what's in the box? Well, you'll have to come and you'll see, and if you can't come that day, we'll get one delivered to you. But like I said, we are going to resource and equip and train and disciple you as parents so you can live out this Deuteronomy 6 verse. And we're going to start also this summer gatherings, and this is, for all generations. And so we've missed being the church gathered, and so we're going to try this summer to do some touchless summer gatherings here on Tuesday nights as we record our worship services at 7:30 p.m. And so you can come for that. Now you'll need to register. You can't just show up. Church is going to be a little different now. And so next week, you'll see in the Monday email, there's a registration for that. And so you'll be able to register, and we'll do it on an honor system in the sense of, once you've come once, allow others to register and participate, because obviously we're restricted by the 50-person cap that the government imposes on us. So we'll do that for Tuesday nights to watch the recording. And then Sunday mornings, we'll have also a watch party of watching our online services. And again, so those of you who are thinking, hey, I'd like to connect with some others, this will be one easy way to do that. And like I said in the town hall last week, that if we think of it as being like a traffic light, that there's red, yellow, and green, and some of you are green, that you're ready to go. Monday, you're going to register right away, and you want to be one of the first here as the doors open up June 30th for the first time. That's wonderful. Others of us are yellow. We're just kind of waiting. Some of us are red. In fact, I talked to someone the other day who's kind of in the red stage and probably wants to just keep watching online for quite a while, and that's fine. We'll continue to offer digital and in-person experiences to help you grow in God. I've been thinking the last couple of days about, on Sunday, I talked about koinonia and what it means for us to have that depth of fellowship that John writes about in his epistle. What does it mean for us to gather and to connect, to participate in life with God and life with one another? We're going to figure this out together, how we do it, whether digitally or in person. We're going to continue to grow in God, and we're going to do that across generations, from the youngest to the oldest at Gracepoint. And so I look forward to us going forward in this future together as a church family. Looking forward to it.